What's up, guys? I hope everybody's having a great evening today. I know I am. Today, we're going to be making the daggers from K-pop Demon Hunters. Those are the daggers that Zoey uses. That she kind of just like spawns. But anyways, those are the weapons from Zoey's K-pop Demon Hunters. We're going to be making it in purple and also with a gold tassel too as well. So these will be nice to kind of play with so they're not sharp or anything during any kind of cosplay or costume or whatever. You're going to want to use worsted weight yarn. I love using worsted weight yarn for all my projects. Purple and then also a gold color as well. For the hook, we're going to use a 4mm G hook. You can also use a 3.75mm F hook, a yarn needle, and some scissors. And that's pretty much it. So without further ado, let's make Zoey's daggers from K-pop Demon Hunters. Alright, so you're going to want to start with a magic ring of 4. So that's 4 single crochets in a magic ring. Three and 4. Alright, let's tighten that up. Now we're going to want to do a single crochet and then an increase. Repeat that 2 times for a total of 6 stitches. So it's always kind of hard to do it when there's not very many stitches. It's kind of hard to get in there, so just do the best you can, but it's going to be a little tight here. And an increase. Alright, so for round 3, you just do 6 single crochets all the way around. Alright, round 4, we're going to do a single crochet and an increase. Repeat that 3 times for a total of 9 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet and then an increase. Single crochet, then an increase. Single crochet and then an increase. Alright, so round 5 is next. We're going to do a single crochet of 9, just basically a single crochet all the way around for a total of 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, for round 6, we're going to do single crochet of 2, and then increase. Repeat that 3 times for a total of 12 stitches. I'm just kind of cutting off the excess yarn here and putting in a stitch marker too as well. You can use a stitch marker or some guide yarn, but anyways, back to round 6, single crochet of 2 and then increase. Repeat that 3 times for a total of 12 stitches. 1, 2, increase, and 1, 2, and increase. Alright, so for rounds 7 and 8, we're just going to do a single crochet of 12 all the way around. Alright, so for round 9, we're going to want to do 3 single crochets and then an increase. Repeat that 3 times for a total of 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and an increase. And 1, 2, 3, and an increase. All right, so for rounds 10 and 11, we're just gonna do a single crochet of 15 all the way around. Okay, round 12 is 4 single crochets and an increase. Repeat that 3 times for a total of 18 stitches. Alright, so for the next 10 rounds, round 13 all the way through 22, we're going to be single crocheting 18 all the way around. So just for the sake of the video, we're going to fast forward through that. So I'll see you guys at the end of round 22. Hi, I'm Michael from Knotmonster. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please take the time to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can be the first to see my new videos and new content. If you want to learn more about crochet or you want to see more patterns, I have an Etsy store. Check it out. It's knotmonster.etsy.com. Or if you want a paperback version, I do have books on Amazon. I've got books such as my Pink Edition book, my Balloon Animal book, and my Knotmonsters Potted Plant book. Those are all available paperback copies at Amazon. Just search Knotmonsters in the search bar. Anyways, let's get back to the crochet. Alright, so we just finished round 22, so now we're going to move on to round 23. For round 23, just single crochet and a decrease, repeat that 6 times for a total of 12 stitches. 1 and a decrease, 1 and a decrease, and just repeat that all the way around here until we're at 12 stitches. Alright, and then for the last round, round 24, just 6 decreases. And then we're going to be tying off. Alright, so now we're going to start making the tassels. So with the tassels, you're going to want to get a gold colored yarn. And with this yarn, we're going to try to measure out 10 strands of approximately like 4 to 6 inches in length here. You can trim it back later, so it doesn't really matter. Just don't want to make it too short though, otherwise it's not going to work out. So right now I'm drawing up 10 strands of that yarn. And again, making it about like 6 to 8 inches, give or take. Again, I'm going to cut off the corners here so that we can kind of adjust it a little bit here. But anyways, that's 10 strands right there. Again, just going to kind of cut this off here just so we have a straight line here, or at least 10 somewhat equal strands. Again, not too important if they're equal in length. We can trim it back later here. So anyways, we've got our 10 strands. We're going to get another strand right now, and then we're going to be putting that strand right in the middle here. So try to fold those 10 strands kind of like in half a little bit, and go ahead and knot a strand right in between those, or right across those 10 strands. And so this is the part that's going to be going and be tied to the actual dagger itself. So let's kind of pull that down, and then we're going to get one more strand, and we're going to tie a knot kind of close to where that other strand was tied, and that just creates kind of like a little ball there. So here we are, just kind of knotting that strand, and then we're going to pull this through just so it's a little bit tighter here. And perfect. Alright, and now just kind of trim them off so it's equal at whatever length you guys like. Try to make them just somewhat equal to the other daggers, because I know Zoey has 3 daggers. And we're going to kind of just tie this to the end of the dagger. And I'm just threading the loose end through, just to hide the knot. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys had a great time making these daggers, Zoey's daggers from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I know I had a great time making them. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, so you guys can see my new videos as soon as they come out. I really appreciate you guys. I had, again, a great time making these. Hopefully you guys like Demon Hunters. Hopefully this makes the perfect gift for that Demon Hunter enthusiast in your life. And yeah, had a great time guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.